What up, though, homies and homies? It's your homeboy Grand Tizzle. Welcome back to the lab. If this is your first time here, make sure you hit that subscription button and that notification bell, because you're going to like what we got going on over here. Today, I'm going to do an NFT design using Photoshop. Without further ado, let's get into it. Welcome back. Your dreams was your ticket out. Welcome back. All right, fam, welcome back to the lab. All right, so today what we're going to talk about is NFT designs, and particularly for graphic design artists. Now, if you're here and you're watching this, you're either a member, you're already subscribed, and you're a graphic design artist. We've been doing Photoshop flyers and mixtape covers and logos and all sorts of beautiful things. But this NFT thing, it strikes a nerve, and we're going to break down what it means to us, how we can benefit from it, while you're watching a speed tutorial, or not should I say a speed tutorial, but a speed video of me actually making my first NFT design. But now, you know, what's funny about NFTs is that you don't have to start fresh. You can literally take some of your artwork, some of your designs, some of your graphics, and just convert them into NFTs. But for the sake of this tutorial, we're going to mess around with the gorilla. And we're going to talk about why we would use like a gorilla. What's the meaning behind gorilla? Because you really want to try to wrap your head around, well, why they got gorillas or unicorns or horses or pigs or babies or whatever. There's a meaning behind it, and there's a culture. So while you're watching me do this speed tutorial, which we're going to break down, I got a premiere that's coming up. It's going to be a 3-part series premiere. It's going to be an hour and a half long. So make sure, you know, you can watch it. You can watch it anytime you want. But I'm going to break it down into a 3-part series, 30-minute series, so that you guys can be able to fully absorb it. Because not only am I going to do the design and walk you through step by step, but we're also going to be talking about the benefits and how you should approach this. So you may ask yourself, before we even move further, T, what's your take on it? I think it's the future. Personally, I could be wrong. I admit and I acknowledge. But I've been presented many times with epic beginnings of something. Perfect example, YouTube. I'm gonna pull up a video. When I first was on YouTube, as you can see many years ago, actually when the YouTube first started, you can see that one of my videos went viral. That changed my life. That took me from making $30 a day to several $100s a day. I was making over $10,000 a month, and it was from one video that went viral. What's the big mistake? What's the bad news? The bad news is that was a fluke. YouTube reached out to me personally. I wish I could find the email. As a matter of fact, that email, if I can find that email, that can be an NFT as well. Because it's history. It's my history. It's a personal history. It's a story behind it. And I have a large community. I got over 10,000 students that I taught to make beats. A lot of producers on YouTube right now, a lot of them probably was one of my students in the past. Some of you guys know, some of y'all don't. But it's neither here nor there. I do have a cult following, and it's kind of like YouTube. It's a very small, not YouTube, it's like kind of like Wu-Tang. But my following is very small. It's only a significant, very small amount. And my guys is probably not into investing. So when I do start selling my NFTs, and I will, I may not get my community to buy into it, but I could get those on the outskirts that understand my community. They can understand, I get what, okay, I understand, okay, I see, that's T, that's homie Grand Tizzle, that's Terrence Fleming, okay, he's pretty much one of the pioneers, one of the real true pioneers of starting hip-hop production on YouTube. So that's a following, that's a community. There's history, real true history there. And when it comes to NFTs, that's what you want to think about. That's what you want to build. The reason why an influencer, especially a content creator influencer, somebody that can do music production, video production, graphic design, they can pretty much put some things together. If you're following me right now, if you're watching this video right now, you is part of that community, and you're also part of that culture. You are an artist, a designer. You are a creator. You're a content creator. And you're here watching this video because you is a true follower of me of the past and the present and the future. If you go to my home channel, my YouTube channel, I've always been exercising this. I've always been practicing and preaching this on and on and on to my students. Don't just learn music production. If you do learn music production, don't just learn trap. Don't just learn West Coast. Don't just learn East Coast. Learn it all. Absorb it all. You know, hip hop, at the bottom line from my good friend Sterling Foster, he said it, and he couldn't have said it no better. Hip hop is nothing but gumbo soup of all music genres. So why limit yourself to just fried fish or just gumbo soup from the South? How about some Chicago pizza? Or how about some Italian pizza from Italy? Or how about some Chinese food? Like, learn it all, learn all the genres. That way you're not limited, and you can spread your wings and you can fly all over this earth any way you want, any way you please. Anywho, that's the gist of NFTs. Fortunately, NFTs is not limited to graphics. It's expanded to music production. It's expanded to, and listen to some of the music production maybe in the background that I got right now. That's going to be sold as an NFT. That's actually is going to be something what's called a utility to some of the NFTs that I'll be selling. The NFT design art that I will be selling is going to be particularly, or should I say, is going to have some particular association with hip hop production, a Detroit vibe, a Detroit movement, a Detroit sound. Now, the reason why is because we have a culture. Detroit do have a culture. We have a Motown sound all the way up. We have a techno sound. We have the Motown sound. And then we have the techno sound with Mike Banks and Amp Fittler and Carl Foltz and one of my partners that I work with right now, and so many others. We are the techno sound. We invented techno. We invented techno sound. We didn't invent house, but house go hand in hand with techno sound. So we invented Motown sound, we invented techno sound, and then we also invented a sound for hip hop. Jay Dilla introduced that. Now, although we took our references and our frequencies and our swag from New York, it's almost kind of like we perfected it, for lack of better words. But I won't claim that fully. I'll just say that Jay Dilla had a deep influence on hip hop production. So we got all this culture. We have rich culture. So am I going to be putting together NFTs from a New York standpoint? No. Am I going to be putting together NFTs from a West Coast Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre standpoint? No. But we do have an ownership for a specific vibe, a specific sound, which is Funkadelic with George Clinton. Although he's not from here, he came to Detroit to develop that sound. So we got West Coast that handle. We got Snoop and Dre, and they optimized the sound of that West Coast G-Funk swag and flavor, but it comes from Michigan. It came from here. The musicians here in Michigan put together that sound. So we have a very rich culture. So who's going to be the one to represent that, or who should be qualified to represent that? Well, I'll just claim it. That's it. I'm just going to claim it. Just like our homeboy Trick, he claims that he's the mayor of Detroit because he's the first that did it. We are respected and we move towards that. and we respond to that and we support that. And he's actually done a really good job as being the mayor of Detroit when it comes to hip hop. So that's what I'm talking about. So what are you talking about? It's going back to the NFTs. I want you to be able to wrap your head around what's happening with the NFTs. My son just walked in the room today and he asked me, "Hey Daddy, I need $15 in my Cash App account." I was like, "For what?" He said, "Because I want to buy some skins for this game that I got." I was like, interesting. I was like, "Okay, I got you." I said, "But before I invest in that, I want to look at it. I want to look into the skins that you're buying." See, there's never been a time in history when a child can ask their parents for money to buy something that's not tangible. It ain't like he's buying an album or a song. He buying some clothes for a freaking virtual cartoon in a video game. That is real, fam. It's not fake. Any naysayers, the fact of the matter is, I just went to the show today to see a Liam movie. Liam Neeson, you know, the guy with the deep voice that always, he's always taking care of his family and he will kill anybody that gets in the way. Liam Neeson, I think that's the name, yeah. And while I was buying the tickets, I noticed Batman, and Batman got some pre-sales going on. But the trick of it is that he got some, if you pre-buy some tickets, you get some utility, you get some NFT utilities. So I'm like, now wait a minute, now what does this mean? Batman, Marvel, DC, the theater entertainment industry is offering to NFTs. Now, I watched a lot of videos and I've studied NFTs for over 3 weeks, and I absorbed it and really sunk it in. I listened to everybody that argue and complain about it, and then I listened to everybody that says there's a future in it. And one thing that I've noticed is this one thing. I've already made a mistake. I missed out on being in the movie in 8 Mile. I missed out on being one of the ambassadors of YouTube. I missed out on Amway. I remember when they first came out, they reached out to me personally. All these people, they reached out to me personally. And I had to hand choose whether I was going to move on or not. And I didn't trust in or believe in nothing. And that's the problem. Because everything that I looked at, everything that I turned down, I've noticed and acknowledged that they are beyond and above successful. Even Bitcoin. Somebody reached out to me, Bitcoin, about several years ago. Like, you should get in on it now. It's cheap. Trust me, da-da-da-da-da. And I was like, yeah, I'll wait to see what happens. Now, Bitcoin is so big, although it goes up and down, it's so big, I can't even afford to invest in it. And back then, they was asking me to invest. My partners, they was learning about it. They asked me to invest, and I had plenty of money, more than enough money, literally to throw it away and just give it to Bitcoin. And I could be a millionaire right now had I done it. So I missed out on all of them opportunities, but I'm not trying to miss out on this one. And what I'm trying to encourage you to do specifically and personally is look into it. Don't dismiss it. Even if you don't invest no time, energy, effort, or money, at least know what it is. At least know what it is, because I'm going to tell you from experience. I'm going to tell you from something that I've seen from the beginning of all cultures, and the beginning of internet, and the beginning of Facebook and YouTube and all these different things. This one here is here to stay. And if you don't get into it at the beginning, it's kind of like having an old school phone dial, with the ears and the dial and the ringtone. The old ring with the fingers, you got to put the fingers in it. And the older generation was like, technology, schmechnology. You know what I'm saying? And now they're forced to use Zoom nowadays. If they go to church, or if they got to do a funeral, you got to do Zoom. You got to learn and do the technology to be able to attend certain events, concerts, versus funerals, graduations. You have to attend through Zoom. So whether they wanted to learn it or not, they was forced to invest the time, energy, and effort into learning what the heck this new technology is. Cell phones. What the heck is a cell phone? So with that being said, we're going to come back. We're going to talk a whole lot more. We're going to investigate. We're going to dig deeper. There's so much more I want to talk to you guys about. But the one thing that I really want to lay down tight on you guys is that if you ask your homie Grand Tizzle, what is your take on NFTs? Whether you follow suit or not, I'm all in. And if I'm wrong, what do I got to lose? I've been on YouTube for over, 15 years? Producing, creating content, developing free content for the masses, for training purposes. Why not convert all that content into NFTs? Why not? What is it gonna hurt me? To put it on the market, couple $100. Well, I invest a couple $100 buying hard drives for my camera, buying extra batteries. I spent $300-400 buying a light to put in front of myself to be seen properly on YouTube. There's no return from that. Why not invest a couple $100 to post my art on a page that can possibly get a return? That's all I'm saying. All right, we're going to wrap this up for the day, but the premiere is coming. Make sure y'all come back because this is big and I'm moving on it full throttle. Now, one thing that I can say is that nothing is going to change. If anything, things is going to pick up around here. Why? Because we have an outlet for digital artistic content. This is what I've already been doing for you guys to begin with. So now there's a true outlet that you don't have to depend on moguls or CEOs or anybody to say yes or no to your content. The only person and or people or entity that can say I like or I don't like is the community that buy NFTs. That's it in a nutshell, fam. Thank you for watching. Till the next time. I'll see you in a minute. I'll see you when I spin it. Deuces. Alright, thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, be sure to sub, like, and hit that bell so you won't miss a beat of that heat that I bring to my elite. Till the next time, see you in a minute, see you when I spin it. Peace.